what's up, you guys? In my last video, I said that I was going to talk about my accident that I was in that actually caused me to have more flaws. Well, here it is. My accident happened April 16th, 2010, and what happened was that my ex-girlfriend, I was trying to show off for her, so I sat on the back, on the tailgate of a Blazer, which wasn't a smart idea. I was always good at science, and I didn't think about inertia, but anyway. So since I wasn't thinking about inertia, when we left the driveway, I told him to fucking floor it, okay? Trying to show my ex-girlfriend that I was brave, completely brave, you know, that kind of shit. Well, when he floored it, since there's not really anything to hold on to on the Blazer except for a window that actually fucking moves since the tailgate's down, I fell off. I hit the ground, nose first, or some shit. I don't know how I hit the ground. I don't know. I'm only telling you what I've been told about the accident. Anyway, so I broke my nose, my big fat nose, and I cracked my skull in like how many places was it? 5 different places. That's what it was. Yeah, it's on the paper that the doctor gave me, which is actually in there in my little drawer. Anyway, when I got to the hospital, when I broke my nose, the blood went down my throat into my lungs, and I drowned in my own blood, and I wasn't breathing for 15 minutes. So, yeah, technically, I guess you could say I was dead, even though my heart was still kind of beating, which is weird. Not breathing, but heart still beating. I thought you couldn't live unless you were breathing. I don't know. Anyway, when I got to the hospital, they saw my skull was cracked, and they also found out that my brain, my fucking brain, as smart as I am, no, it actually started swelling, and it was swelling down my spine. So since it was swelling down my spine, they had to put me in a coma. And I'm sure all of you know what a coma is. They gave me a bunch of shots to keep me in a coma. Every day they give me a shot, or a few shots. I don't know how many they gave me each day, but either way, they had to keep me in a coma until my swelling went down. Well, along with the coma, they also put staples in my head to hold my skull together from where it had been cracked and all that shit. So they had to put staples in my head, and I was in a coma for 7 days. And if I was going to be a smartass, I would do 7 with my hands, but I've only got one hand free, so 5, 2, 7, 5. There we go. 7 days I was in a coma, and every day that I was in a coma, he'd walk in my room, or the waiting room, wherever the fuck my family was allowed to be, and my ex-girlfriend and her family, and my preacher was there too. And every day he'd walk in there and tell them that I'm not gonna make it, I'm gonna die at some point, and there's no way I'm gonna make it in this accident, from this injury. Well, I did make it. I woke up. Oh, actually, 7th day, he actually walked in and was like, I don't know how. And this is what my uncle and my preacher told me. This is exactly what he said. I don't know how, but he pulled through. He's going to live. I think we just saw a miracle. The doctor said that it was a fucking miracle that I lived. And during that time, not now, but during that time, I doubted God because my parents, my adopted parents, because I was adopted by my grandparents, have actually both died. One when I was 9, my grandfather, who I was really attached to, died. I started doubting God then, and then my grandma died when I was 16, and I started doubting him again and never believed in him until the accident, and now I believe in him completely, and I'll never doubt him again, because whatever reason he has for me to live, apparently he's there, because without him I would have died, you know? I mean, this isn't the only time I died. When I was actually born, May 7th, 1991, I had a heart murmur, and I died for 7 minutes there. And my mom has the papers to prove that one. I don't have the papers. Anyway, when I woke up from the accident, I couldn't remember how to talk. I couldn't remember how to walk, none of that shit. So they ended up sending me to a rehabilitation center. And there they actually made me swim a lot, which I suck at swimming, by the way. I can swim to keep my ass alive, but I swim slow. I'm fat. I swim slow. Anyway, doesn't matter. They got me to walk around a lot. At first, when I got there, they kept me in a wheelchair. They would not let me walk around, even though when they weren't looking, I'd get out the wheelchair and fucking say fuck you and walk around. And they actually made it to where I couldn't take a shower by myself. A nurse had to wash me, which the good thing about it is the nurse was hot. Nah, anyway. Fuck. Anyway, I got out the hospital May 11th, 2010. So I was in there for roughly a month, almost a month. Which kind of sucks, 'cause I turned 19 in the hospital, so what kind of a fucking birthday party would that be? I mean, yeah, my ex-girlfriend did come, she was there, and she brought me a cake and brought me a Dale Earnhardt Sr. shirt, which I loved Dale Earnhardt while he was alive. He was my favorite racer, and I don't have any other favorite racers now that he's dead. But he died actually a month after my grandfather died, or a couple months after he died. He died the same year my grandfather died. Either way, doesn't matter. I do have pictures of me in a coma and me in the rehabilitation center, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so here we go. This is the first picture of me in a coma. I actually had a bunch of breathing tubes and shit in me since I had drowned in my own blood, which is kind of weird. Blood's supposed to keep your ass alive, and I drowned in mine. How ironic. Anyway, here's the first picture. Okay, and this is another picture. If you haven't noticed, apparently while I'm in a coma, I'm moving around a lot, because look at this one, and look close right here. I'm actually pulling the fucking hospital gown thing down. Anyway, next picture is my family, my dad, my real dad, and my sister, my half-sister, and my girlfriend and her friend are in the corner, but you can barely see my ex-girlfriend. So here we go. Here's another picture of them when they were waiting while I was in a coma. There's my dad right there. There's my sister, and here's my ex-girlfriend and her friend. And then the next pictures of me in the rehabilitation place, and they actually put a thing around me so I couldn't get out of bed, and it sucked, because, I mean, I could walk, I remember how to walk, because my memory things do come back a little bit, but I still have a horrible memory. I forget shit really easy, which sucks. And I'll explain that after I'm done talking about this. But here's the picture of me in the rehabilitation center. It has my mom, me, and my girlfriend laying on me. So, ex-girlfriend laying on me. Here it is. So there's me and her. There's a stupid thing they put around my bed. And then there's my mom. Alright, so yeah, that's that picture. Then we have another picture of me in the rehabilitation center. We got the thing keeping me in the bed to where I can't move. My ex-girlfriend's there. Here's a picture of me and my dad in the kitchen. And if you look, I'm actually sitting down. And no, I'm not sitting in a chair at the table. This is actually during the time when they wouldn't let me get out the wheelchair. So it sucked. And then here's actually a picture where you can see the wheelchair. And it also has my sister in it, my half-sister. So here's me and my sister. If you look, there's the wheels to the wheelchair. So I was stuck in a wheelchair, even though I can remember how to walk. Then here's one when they finally let me stop being in the wheelchair, and it's got my ex-girlfriend in it. Right there, there we are, all smiling and happy, which sucked, because I can barely remember anything about the hospital. I'm lucky I have these pictures. In the rehabilitation center, when they actually started letting me walk, they let me go wherever the fuck I want, and I learned there's a pool table there, and I love playing pool. I'm not too great at it, but I'm good enough to kick people's ass. You know, not everybody, but some people that suck, you know. But here I am playing pool. When I finally get out of the freaking wheelchair, there I am about to shoot the ball. I'm actually winning. Yeah, my sister had sunk the 8-ball, and I'm just shooting the rest of the balls because I don't feel like re-racking them. Here's me giving her the pool stick. And then, here's her shooting the pool, her little striped balls, because that's what she was that round. Here's her shooting again after she shot. I don't know who took that picture, but anyway, yeah, that's all the pictures. And that's me telling you about the actual accident, what happened. Now, the flaws that I have, which I mentioned yesterday, I have flaws after my accident. The flaws that I have after my accident, my memory is screwed up. I have to say something like a billion times without stopping just to remember it. Like if someone told me their name or their birthday, I'd have to say it to myself over and over and over for like 30 minutes straight before I'd actually remember it. Number two, when I broke my nose, apparently I messed up a nerve because I can't smell anything. I mean, nothing at all. Food, shit, whatever. I can't smell it. Third thing, when I get mad, really happy, or upset, I actually start having spasms where I can't stop. My legs, my arms, my shoulders, you know, I mean, it's bad. It's horrible. And I think that's all, I think that's all I can think about right now. Yeah, I think those three flaws that I got from the accident are the only, oh yeah, and temper has gotten really, really bad about it. Like, if you make fun of me, I'm going to go off. My temper really has gotten bad since the accident, but I've had a bad temper since my grandfather died. Because I'm the type of person that cries alone. I do not cry around other people because I feel weak when I cry. So when people make fun of me, I might freak out and kick their ass since my grandfather died. But later on, I'll cry about it alone. But, you know, I don't know. I have control of my temper, kind of. But if I lose control, if I actually don't keep control, it gets pretty bad. And I don't know why I'm talking about my temper. This is supposed to be an accident video. But yeah, those are the flaws I have after my accident. Leave a comment about the pictures. I don't know if you saw in the pictures when I was actually in a coma with the thing around my neck and the breathing tubes, but yeah, I doubt you saw it. But in the picture, you can actually see some of the staples that are in my head, and I don't think I could zoom in good enough to make it look good enough and let y'all see that. I don't know. I'll try really fast. Oh, look, here's a picture of my snake. Yay! His name is Lucifer. I actually don't have him anymore. He escaped from the cage and got away. Alright, so let's see. If I go up close, right there, that's where you can see some of the staples, but it's kind of blurry. So, yeah. I mean, I had like 5 or 6 staples, and they told me that it wouldn't hurt when they pulled them out. Ha! They had lied. Yeah, the first 2 didn't hurt, but the third one, when he got to it, and all the ones after that, hurt like a bitch. I wanted to kick the doctor's ass, because he had to take him out before he sent me to the rehabilitation place. So I was in Lynchburg General, for 2 weeks. 1 week in a coma, 1 week not in a coma, and then I was at the rehabilitation center for 2 more weeks. Well, roughly that, you know, because I got out less than a month, so it wasn't exactly 2 weeks, but whatever, who cares. Anyway, that's the end of the video, end of my accident. Leave your comments. Love y'all. Bye, guys.